Hello everybody, this is Josh from J-Forces. Sadly there is no and Jen today, however there is going to be a lot of food, a lot of wine, and a lot of beer. I am at the Busch Gardens Williamsburg Food and Wine Festival. We're here for the media day, everybody's checking in over there. But we're going to go through, there's some awesome stuff here. This event is always amazing. I know there's two new booths this year. One is the Indian booth, one is Mediterranean booth. And there's also, I believe, the Island Freeze, I think is the other one. But we're going to go through here. I'm going to take you around, try some of the food today, give you my opinion of it. We're going to be back as well to do a more in-depth review too at some point very soon, and we'll try more. But look at this, I opened up to Canada. Cheddar and lager chowder, that sounds amazing. Mac and cheese, female bacon, all of this sounds great. So there's going to be a lot of food. We're going to see some food demos. We're going to learn a little bit about the new kiosks and just find out more about the festival. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video and we'll see you very soon.
What this is a food and wine pairing. Notice I put the food first, not the wine. But we have 6 different wines and 6 different samples. They're a little bit smaller than the food and wine size samples, so I say 2 to 3 bites rather than 4 to 5 bites. The way we kind of came up with this, we knew this was a space that was available during this time of the year. So we said, what can we put in there? What makes sense? We talked about doing chef demonstrations and things like that. And we're like, it's not as intimate. So that's why we ended up with the booths you'll see out there for our chef's demonstration. And then it came up with, well, we have this beautiful food venue, a nice little stage. Why don't we try to do some kind of pairing? We talked about, well, we can do beer or we can do wine. I think the space, it's called food and wine, so let's do a food and wine pairing. From there, I actually do a reverse process than what most people do when I'm doing a pairing. Typically what I do is I pick the wines first, and then I adjust the food to fit with the wine, if that makes sense, because I find that easier. We didn't do that this time. Well, we did a little bit, kind of. So they said, here, write me a 6-course menu, and then we'll go to our food, our wine purveyors, and ask them, hey, can you show us what you have available that fits this food? So that was where we kind of started. So I threw together a 6-course menu, which is close to what we ended up with. And then once they came back with the wines that they had picked, I went and tweaked the menu. So I changed a couple flavors, changed a couple profiles so it would match even closer. They talk about a little bit about how you pair food and wine for the actual event, but basically anytime you're pairing, whether it's beer or whether it's wine with food, you're looking to either what I call compare likes or contrast, if that makes sense. So you're either matching a flavor, so if there's a raspberry note in the wine, you may put a raspberry on the menu item. If it's, let's say there's a chocolate tone in something, you may put vanilla in the dish, if that makes sense. Those are just 2 kind of quick examples. And then each of those wines, they're kind of unique. There's some unique ones. There's a sparkling rosé, a Pinot, and a white, and it's finished with a port. So I think the pairing works well. We've had great reception from it. People absolutely love it. And there's a huge entertainment piece that goes along with it. So there's a band that plays up here during the event, and then we have our wine ambassadors that come up, and they actually talk you through the whole process. Unfortunately, it's not me, I know.
Smells good.
It's not just squeeze food, it contains Mediterranean stuff.
For wonderful beverages and such. And I will simplify the story. It is actually Hans, he's a surfer, and all that kind of a, surfer dude kind of person. And he's actually the son of the parents that run the boat. Okay? So that's kind of where the tie-in fell in that respect. Hey everyone, this is one of our other new kiosks this year, India. And also joining us is Jeremy Wood. He is in charge of the install for all the food and wine. So you have questions that go beyond my knowledge, he will know them.
I will give you an answer. Inside each of the buildings, we built them with steel I-beams. So we actually put straps down through the roof and around the steel I-beam and pick it up with a crane. So then we have a low boy, like a 7-ton equipment trailer that we pull them in with and then actually place them with the crane.
So obviously, India, we have a lot to play with, lots of different spices and bold flavors. So tandoori chicken, the chicken is marinated overnight. And then we roast it off. We do not, unfortunately, have a tandoori oven. They wouldn't let us put that in the kiosk. It has a little too much heat and a little too much smoke for what they'll allow us in the little temporary hut. So we cook it off in a really, really high oven to try to get some of that caramelization that you get from a tandoori oven. And then we serve that with a cardamom and ginger rice and a cucumber raita, which is almost like a tzatziki but more chunky cucumbers and some other spices that are in it. Spicy potato curry. That actually recipe was provided by us, or provided to us by our partner, the Humane Society in the United States. So it's actually plant-based. So it's got garbanzo beans, peas, obviously potatoes, and the base of it is coconut milk. Lots and lots of spices in it. A little bit of heat. We toned it down a little bit from the original recipe to kind of make it more appealing for everybody. That's served with a little cilantro chutney, harira, and a little piece of naan bread. Samosas have peas and potatoes in them, and we have a house-made mango chutney that goes with that. And then the mango burfi are a mixture of coconut, mangoes, pistachios, and lots of spices. And roll those into a little ball, and then coat them in toasted coconut on the outside. So those are served with a mango coulis. The beverages, we have an iced chai tea, and that chai tea is one that we make in-house, so we add the spices ourselves. It's a black tea. Add some honey and then finish it with a little cream. And then the frozen cocktail is mint mango lassi. And traditionally lassies are more of a smoothie type. We spiked it with a little vodka to give it a little kick. So it's got some star anise in it, so you'll pick up that a little bit as you're tasting it, as well as some cardamom.
So the media event has wrapped up, and I'm going to start heading throughout the park now to try some of the food. Gonna do, some samples here and there. Not gonna eat too much today, but we'll have a second part of the video very soon when Jen and I come back to the park, and we'll try a lot more food at that point. But I will get some of the stuff out of the way that I know Jen will not eat. For example, like the ghost pepper guacamole. Sounds amazing. So one of the first booths here is Virginia. You can see the offerings there. The she crab soup sounds really good. It's a little hot right now, so I'm probably going to pass on that. But you can see some of the drink options there, the beer flights, and all that kind of stuff right there. So I'm going to pass on here for now. I'm going to try to find something a little more refreshing, but all of this sounds amazing.
the Griffin. Up to the right is Alpengeist. We're also doing our Food and Wine Festival. That's going to run every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through the first weekend of July. So we have lots of countries to sample food, dessert, and drinks.
Now, one of our favorite booths here is always Canada. They have venison sausage forage, mac and cheese with peanut bacon, cheddar lager chowder, and pumpkin caramel mousse. Beers are down there. The chowder is great. I'm actually going to wait till we come back with Jen so I can have that with her. But that pumpkin caramel mousse is sounding pretty good. But I might save that as well. But booth is really cool. All Canadian flags. I'm actually going to head over to the French Quarter area and going to try a muffaletta. So we'll be there in a minute. I am now in the French Quarter area. The booth is right there. I'll zoom in on the menu there, see a little bit of it there. But also, more importantly, an amazing view to eat a sandwich is right here. That's awesome. So I got the muffaletta sandwich. It is sliced mortadella, salami, ham, provolone with olive spread on sesame bread with Cajun coleslaw. That looks really good. It's gonna be a little bit hard for me to do, eating and filming at the same time. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna eat it, and then I'll come back after and give you guys my quick review of this delicious looking sandwich. So I've just finished eating the muffaletta sandwich, and it was really good. The Cajun coleslaw was it complemented the meal really well. It's smooth, it's creamy, it's light, it's cold, and it's refreshing against the heat of the sandwich. It's not a spicy sandwich, but just the temperature-wise, to have that contrast of cold and hot was excellent. This definitely, if you do not like olives, this is definitely not a meal for you. The olive spread was very olivey, for lack of a better description, but still really good. Like I would definitely probably get this again. Actually, it was very filling for a small portion. The bread is great. I'm saving room so that I can make sure I try some other stuff. But I think next I'm going to find somewhere to get a beverage from. I don't know where yet. Possibly the new Iceland Breeze booth. That was really, really well done. I love that they've themed, like they actually had a whole story for the booth, which I don't know if you guys have seen yet, or will see. I haven't decided how it's going to play out, but if you've already seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If not, then you will find out soon enough. But from my wonderful view here, I'm going to head to the next booth and find a beverage. So as mentioned, I needed a drink, and what better place to come than the beer house. I've got my Stein. Today I went with let me zoom in on it there. I know I'm going to the Lesserhund Scheppenweizen is what I went with today. And what's really cool is I did not know this. I came today and I got a surprise. I got a new magnet, which everybody knows I love magnets, and I got what they call stylish shades. Brand new pair of sunglasses. I'm going to assume Jen will take these because she loves blue, she loves sunglasses, so they're perfect for her. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy my beer, and then I'm going to go out to the Caribbean booth and try, actually not the Caribbean booth, the India booth, and I'm going to try some of the tandoori chicken. So we'll pick it back up there. So I am now over here by the India booth that we were at earlier on, and I am trying, actually, luckily enough, good timing, I'm trying a couple items here. So the one item that I actually purchased was the tandoori chicken, which is spiced yogurt marinated chicken with cardamom, ginger rice, and cucumber raita, I believe it is. But it's kind of like a tzatziki sauce, but with thicker slices of cucumber. In addition to that, I'm actually also being able to try the spicy potato curry, which is garbanzo beans, sweet peas, and potatoes stewed in coconut milk with curry spice, which I'm very much looking forward to. So the reason I'm able to try that is, as we talked about earlier with the part of the media day, was these pop-up locations. So these are demonstrations where they will show you how they cook these, in this case, the spicy potato curry. And then at the end, they will give you little small samples. So I'm lucky enough to kind of have more of a complete meal. So when I'm done eating, I will tell you guys what I thought about it. Well, as you guys can tell, I kind of like that. So yeah, the India booth is new this year. It's really, really good. I will say the spicy potato curry, it was mostly beans rather than potato, and it wasn't as spicy as I would have liked it, but I can understand why they went more mild. It appeals to more people, but still very flavorful. Tandoori chicken, they mentioned earlier during the media day that they could not cook it in the proper tandoori oven. They don't have the means to do so. If you were to put it in here, that'd be a fire hazard. It's just tandoori ovens have to get super, super hot to get the proper caramelization. So they've done what they can with it, and it's still really good. But the rice was amazing. I'm looking back at the menu to try to see what kind of rice it was. So it was a cardamom ginger rice. It was delicious. Normally I've not liked cardamom in the past, but that's usually when I've had the seeds. But this was super flavorful, cooked perfectly. I would literally eat a whole portion of just the rice, actually. So I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna try one more location before I leave. I don't know what yet. I have an idea. It might be the is it the Southwest booth, I believe? You know what? I'll leave it as a surprise. You guys will find out soon enough. So off in the distance, guys, is the new Mediterranean booth. This used to be the Greek booth. It's right next to Pompeii. I got myself a lamb slider. It looks delicious. Let me see if I can put this down for a second, actually, and read to you exactly what it is. I gotta find it in here, near the back. So this is the lamb slider, seasoned ground lamb on pita bread with feta cheese bread, cucumber, tomato, and olive. I'm not sure what it's served with. It looks like some kind of rice or lentils. I don't really know, but it looks delicious. So I'm gonna eat this, and I'll be back with my review. So I just finished my lamb slider, and it was really good. So the lamb portion of it, the actual slider, the meat, was really, really good. This rice, or whatever it is, was also delicious. The pita, on the other hand, was, I guess they toasted it, so it was a little bit more crunchy than I expected. So I'm not sure if I dug that portion of it. It still tasted good, I just didn't know if I really liked the texture. But flavor-wise, it was delicious, cooked perfectly, highly recommend. So I am wrapping up here for today for my quick little visit to Busch Gardens Williamsburg's Fruit and Wine Festival. Great event. As you saw, I tried 3 dishes. We've got a lot more sampling to do. We're going to try a lot more food, a lot more drinks, a lot more desserts, and that will be kind of basically a part 2 to this. So this is kind of more of a preview plus coverage of the media event that we went to this morning, or that I went to this morning rather. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Goes a long way. Also follow us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All that is down below in the description of the video. And for J-Forces, this has been Josh, and we will be back soon with, of course, and Jen and myself back here at Busch Gardens Williamsburg Food and Wine Festival very, very soon to try so much more food. Till next time. See you guys.